It started like any other quiet Saturday a child. Some sidewalk chalk, and a peaceful front yard. But when two strangers showed up claiming authority they didn't have and mocked a little girl for her lisp, everything changed. What they didn't expect was her mother. Calm, unshaken, and ready to protect with a single move that would shake the entire neighborhood and the internet. It was supposed to be a normal Saturday. The kind where the world slows down just enough for you to breathe. The kind where nothing should happen. The sun was out, the breeze was warm, and the faint scent of cut grass mixed with chalk dust. Emily, our 6-year-old daughter, was crouched on the driveway, drawing with oversized pastel chalk. She was working on a big pink dinosaur with tiny arms and sparkly eyes. She called him Mr. Cuddlesaurus. Emily had a slight lisp. She pronounced driveway as dwaveway. She said Cuddlesaurus like Cuddlesaurus. It melted most people's hearts. But not everyone. From the kitchen window, I watched her draw, while Dana, my wife, was tending to her herb garden a few feet away. I don't know when the SUV pulled up. All I remember is the sudden stillness, the way the light shifted, like a cloud had moved across the sun. The vehicle was black, too black. No plates, tinted windows. It idled a little too long before the doors opened, and two men stepped out. They wore dark polo shirts and mismatched tactical vests. One carried a clipboard. The other, sunglasses and attitude. I leaned forward. Something felt off. They walked straight toward Emily. Not the door, not Dana. Straight to the 6-year-old crouched on the ground. "You can't draw on this driveway," the man with the clipboard said. He didn't smile. Emily blinked up at him, holding her pink chalk. "It's my dwaveway," she said softly. The man in sunglasses snorted. "Your what, dwaveway?" she repeated. He laughed. It was cruel. He turned to the other man and mocked her under his breath. Then he stepped forward and crushed Mr. Cuddlesaurus under his boot. The chalk cracked like a bone. Emily's lips trembled, but she didn't cry. She just looked at what was left. Dana saw everything. She was on her feet before I even registered what had happened. She moved with a kind of calm I hadn't seen before, like a storm you don't hear until it's already overhead. She stood between Emily and the men. "I'm going to need to see identification," she said. "We're with the HOA," the clipboard guy replied. Dana folded her arms. "Show me credentials." He shrugged. "We don't have to." "Yes, you do," she said. "You approached a child. You destroyed her property. And now you're refusing to identify yourselves." "It's a chalk drawing." Sunglasses snapped. "It's not property." Dana's jaw tensed. "It was hers. That makes it enough." People started to gather. A neighbor across the street stepped onto his lawn. Another opened a window. Someone hit record on their phone. The taller man stepped forward, inches from Dana's face. "That's close enough," she said. He didn't stop. What happened next was not rage. It wasn't reaction. It was reflex. Dana's body shifted slightly. She lifted her elbow and drove it into his face with surgical precision. The sound it made was sharp, like a door slamming shut. He dropped. Fast. The clipboard hit the ground beside him. His sunglasses flew. Blood bloomed beneath his nose. The second man stepped back, stunned, then lunged. Dana turned. He never touched her. She caught him mid-move and slammed him against the side of their SUV. He groaned, stunned, pinned. By the time I ran out the door, several neighbors were already filming. Emily clutched my leg. She didn't understand all of it, but she knew she was safe. The police arrived minutes later. Dana stood calmly, explaining everything, surrounded by witnesses and cell phone footage. The two men. They weren't with the HOA, not even close. They were running a scam, posing as enforcement officers, threatening fines, demanding payments, and harassing anyone who didn't obey. We found out they'd been doing it for weeks, targeting homes with children, the elderly, or single mothers. Dana's elbow ended it all in 10 seconds. The story went viral. It wasn't the violence that captivated people, it was the moment, the stillness, the precision, the message some lines don't get crossed. Not when a mother is watching. News crews showed up. The local paper ran a story titled, "The Dwayvway Defender." People sent letters. Artists painted murals. One of them, across from the community park, showed a chalk dinosaur standing tall next to a woman with her elbow raised, protective, proud. Still, Dana never sought attention. She never bragged. When reporters came, she politely declined interviews. But something had changed. The HOA, embarrassed, launched an investigation into enforcement procedures and posted a public apology. The neighborhood formed a parent council. Background checks became mandatory for any outreach official. Policies were re-examined. Power was questioned. The driveway, once just a place for drawings, became a gathering spot. People started stopping by with chalk. They'd draw hearts, stars, and always dinosaurs. Mr. Cuddlesaurus became a local icon, a symbol of childhood and strength. One evening, as the sun dipped low, Emily looked up at me and said, "Mommy's not scary. She's strong." I nodded. She's both, but only when someone needs her to be. That's what people misunderstand about stories like this. It's not about the punch. It's about the pause before it, the weight of what led to it, the child who thought she'd be laughed at forever, the mother who made sure that never happened again. Sometimes, it only takes one moment to remind the world that silence is not submission, and that dignity doesn't beg for permission. Dana didn't change that day. She revealed who she'd been all along. And now, so did the rest of us.